Hey there guys, what's going on? Talking Flicks here, and today we are going to be reviewing the second film in the Monsterverse. I'm being joined by me, Lil Evan here today. I am here, and we are going to be reviewing the second film in the Monsterverse. The second Monsterverse review here. Godzilla is Kong Skull Island. The first King Kong movie I ever saw in theaters, and to this day is still the only one. I'm not sure if that'll change. I have no idea if I'm going to the theaters to see Godzilla vs. Kong. It's looking like I might not go. It's not like I don't want to, though. It's just other constraints. But let's get started with some background info about Kong Skull Island here, and it is more interesting than Godzilla's background info. So here we go. Let's start by talking money. The budget was $185 million opening weekend domestically. It did $61 million. Domestically overall, it did $168 million, and worldwide it did $566 million. So it was a nice profit for WB here. So they made money. And there's a little thing I want to say about Kong Skull Island is this is the first movie I remember becoming more of a movie critic through this film. You know, when I saw problems, I'm like, oh, that's weird. Why did they do that? The first time I truly remember that is with Kong Skull Island, me becoming more of a movie critic kind of guy, you know? Not just liking every movie. So, because of that, I had to give respect to Kong Skull Island. It helped me become a movie critic, or almost like a movie fan, you know? So, thanks to Kong Skull Island. First thing here is that Brie Larson was actually one of the tribe members in the movie. Apparently, I'm not sure if that's her, it might be, but I was surprised to find that out. It looks like it could be her, but you know what, it's nothing big, but I was so shocked to find this out that I knew I had to include this in the film, or the video. Next thing is, there's supposed to be a 3-hour runtime for this movie, but it was cut to 1 hour and 58 minutes. I'm just imagining how can this movie be 3 hours long, because the plot is pretty thin. Unless there can be a lot more subplots in the movie, which is possible. And the next thing is a bit of information that not necessarily everyone knows, but if you follow the Monsterverse more closely, then you know the information. And that is that Kong is still growing, hence why he is bigger in Godzilla vs. Kong than he is in this movie. And the final thing here is J.K. Simmons and Michael Keaton were initially intended to be in the film, but due to their scheduling and other films they were working on, they were unfortunately unable to make it because they had pretty tight schedules, so no show for J.K. Simmons or Michael Keaton in Kong Skull Island. But now let's get into the real stuff here. The good of Kong Skull Island. Let's get into the actual review. Woo yeah! But first things, spoilers! Spoilers for Kong Skull Island if you have not seen it. So, if you have not seen Kong Skull Island, you have been warned. Get lost, or go watch the movie, or if you don't care, just go ahead and watch the review. First good thing is John C. Reilly. I thought he was actually a really good character in the movie. I forget his name. I don't really remember anyone's name in these Monsterverse movies, but other than, Godzilla and Kong. But I thought he was a really good character. I actually liked him a lot. I liked him about as much as I did Bryan Cranston in Godzilla. I thought they were around equal, and I really liked Bryan Cranston in Godzilla, so it's not a light statement. I did like John C. Reilly a lot in this film. I thought he was a very good character. He was definitely the shining star of the film, character-wise. And the next thing is the action. The action was really fun in this film. It's not Peter Jackson King Kong level, because he acted. I think Kong acted more ape-like in that movie. Here he acts almost more human-like. But hey, he still acted. The action was still really good here. The visuals were stunning, or very pretty to look at. The action was great. Really fun action especially when it happened. Oh gosh, what's the matter with me? I can't speak. Really good action in this film. That's one of the biggest praises I could give to a monster movie at the end of the day. That's what this is. And the action, really well done. Especially for a first time, well, not first time director, but first time blockbuster director. And the next thing is Kong's screen time. I thought he had a good amount of screen time, especially compared to Godzilla, who in his own movie only had, I believe, 11 minutes of screen time. Kong has a lot more screen time in this movie, and I found that much more satisfying, I thought the screen time was pretty good. I liked it. So it was a good amount of screen time. And why did they only do 11 minutes of Godzilla in that movie? Why? Just why? And the last thing here is the 70s soundtrack. I like the 70s soundtrack. It made it feel more like the movie did take place in the 70s. It felt like it built the aesthetic of the film better, and I really dug that about the soundtrack. So there we go. But unfortunately now we do have to move on to the bad. And Yeah, why? There's a lot of bad. Not a lot of bad, but there's a decent amount of bad. So let's get started with the characters, and that I hated them all. Except for John C. Reilly. I thought they all sucked. And, however, there was one funny line from Samuel L. Jackson that I would like to put up.
This, please!
Than when Sam... Okay, other than when Sam Jackson said that the characters weren't, like, funny or anything. I mean, it was just Sam Jackson being Sam Jackson. The characters were not good. I don't mind the actors. I think the actors are all good. You know, you got Tom Hiddleston, John Goodman, Samuel L. Jackson. They're all really good actors. It's just the script didn't give them much to work with, it looks like. The characters were bland. They didn't really have arcs, except for John C. Reilly, kind of. I know John C. Reilly's really the only good character here. All the others sucked. Frick all the other characters. You know, just... And especially since he spent so much time with them. And it's such a thin plot that you don't... It's such a thin plot with these characters. I wish Kong had more screen time just to get away from these freaking characters, you know? Except for when John C. Reilly's on screen. I like John C. Reilly, but other than that, boo. Boo. Next thing is, Kong should be more sympathetic. Kong was always a sympathetic character in just about, I'm pretty sure all of his movies for the most part. That's how it was intended to be. Especially if I go back and watch, or if you go back and watch Peter Jackson's King Kong. Very sympathetic character. I thought he was a really great character. Now, Kong has the king aspect here. He has the beast aspect. He does not have the sympathetic aspect. And especially when you go ahead and watch even Godzilla, the 2014 Godzilla, I felt more sympathetic. Voice crack. I felt more sympathetic with Godzilla than I did with Kong. And Kong is supposed to be a sympathetic one. Godzilla is just meant to be the giant monster, pretty much, I think. That's the thing, Kong was always a sympathetic character, and he's not a sympathetic character here. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get at here in a nutshell, so... You know, failed on that aspect, which is a pretty big aspect of King Kong, which, you know, that's unfortunate. And the next thing here is horrible. Brie Larson and King Kong's relationship, I mean, just... Holy crap. What was that? Why? Why was that in the movie? It was so forced and unnecessary. There's a point where, at the end of the film, when Kong was fighting the Skullcrawler, he had her in his hand. It looks like she should have been crushed. She should have been crushed in his hand when she was fighting that thing, because he made a fist with the hand, and he was holding Brie Larson in that hand. He made a fist. She should be dead, but whatever. And the plot was so thin, and I mean, there was nothing going on with the plot, so you're just left with the characters, and just the characters sucked, and just why? If the characters weren't as bad, I might be okay with the plot, but because the characters sucked, it makes the plot worse. I don't care about the plot because I don't care about the characters, so... Oh, Kong Skull Island. The plot, man. Just if they made the characters likable, I mean... Gosh. Alright, let's get into conclusion here. Kong Skull Island, it's okay. It's fine. It's decent enough. It's watchable. It's alright. It's a watchable monster. It's a watchable monster movie, you know? If you like watching Kong beat things up, you got it here. He beats up helicopters, beats up giant monsters. It's 63% for me. It's alright. If John C. Reilly wasn't in the film, it would go down to the 50% range for sure. But John C. Reilly was a good enough character. He was actually the only really good character that keeps it up into this range. And it's just, you know, we spend too much time with the character as far as I'm concerned that I simply do not care about. I'm kind of scared for King of the Monsters now because I don't remember that movie's characters being all that great. But I do remember liking that movie, so yeah, I have seen it twice. I hope I like it again. I hope I still like it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Kong Skull Island. It's an alright movie. You know, I know there are some people that really like this movie. I'm not on that side. I'm sorry. And I know there are some people that don't like this movie. I'm pretty much, you know, right in the middle. I think there's some really good stuff in there, but unfortunately it's bogged down by a lot of problems. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment down below if you like Kong Skull Island or not. If you like this video, you'll probably like my Godzilla review I did. Go check that out in the Monsterverse review playlist. And I've done a bunch of other movie reviews. Some other, you know, I did the DCE rankings, 2021 movie reviews. I'm excited to get to Godzilla vs. Kong next week. And so, yeah, there you go. There's my Kong Skull Island review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, blah, blah, blah. And I am going to leave you on a clip right here. You know, please like and subscribe and all that. But I'm going to leave a nice clip at the end here of a Monsterverse montage. But if you have not seen Godzilla King of the Monsters, do not watch this because there are spoilers for all the Monsterverse movies except for Godzilla vs. Kong. So, you have been warned for spoilers, but it's a cool clip, so if you've seen the movies, then you should definitely watch it.